welcome to Watch It or Don't. I'm Dan. I'm alone today doing kind of an indie spotlight on Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. It's the latest film from Alfonso Gomez-Rejon, and it won the Grand Jury Prize as well as the Audience Prize at Sundance earlier this year. You may remember last year, Whiplash won both those awards. And I gotta tell you, this is not Whiplash, unfortunately. This film has gotten a lot of buzz. A lot of critics have loved it, a lot of fans have loved it. I did not love it, and I'll get into that in a second. I didn't hate it, but we'll get into that in a second. So, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl stars Thomas Mann as a young teenage boy named Greg, and he finds out that one of his friends, or more of an acquaintance, has leukemia. And this film kind of chronicles his senior year of high school as he kind of deals with this friend who has leukemia, and he also has this friend named Earl, who him and Earl kind of make these movies together. Overall, it's a very indie high school coming of age movie, kind of a lot of stereotypes of that sort of genre of movie. The directing in this by Gomez-Rejon, it's distractingly inconsistent, I have to say. There are parts where it has one different style and it switches, and it's a little jarring at first. Watching this for the first half, the camera cannot stop moving, and that kind of drove me a little crazy. It's trying to be something artistic in every little shot, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I will say there were things that worked in this movie that were really great. Some of the adult characters I thought were awesome. There's Molly Shannon, Connie Britton, John Bernthal, Nick Offerman. They had these kind of quirky adult characters, but they have kind of that melancholy side as well. I thought those worked really well. And I thought the kids playing the actors playing the kids were also doing a great job. I believe their characters. And there's a couple scenes in this that are really powerful. There is a long take in the middle of the movie that must go on for like 5 minutes, and I was really impressed by that. And there's a couple things at the end I think they do really well. I think they handle the subject of cancer fairly well. So that's what kind of makes me mad about this movie, is how it does so many good things, and then it just kind of makes you kind of sick on these other parts. Like I said, the directing is super inconsistent. It really beats you over the head with their themes and messages. There's a scene in the kind of towards the middle of the movie, and there's a teacher talking to Greg, the main character. He teaches them this kind of lesson. At the time, you're not really sure, like what does this lesson mean? Why would he say that? What's the point of the scene? Then later in the movie, there's this great silent scene of Greg finally realizing the meaning of this lesson, and I'm sitting in the theater thinking like, wow, that was really well done. And then the scene afterwards, there's like this cheesy narration talking about how he learned something. It's like, you don't have to say that. We as an audience took that in. It just doesn't treat the audience like it should. It's a little over the top cheesy, and it's a little pretentious. Like I said, him and Earl make these movies, and they kind of remake these classic films, but these are not like their usual classic films. These are kind of the Criterion Collection. Don't get me wrong, I love these films, but it just seems like, let's make these characters really eccentric and artsy, and they know all these famous movies, and it's kind of showing off and being pretentious, and it's trying to be Wes Anderson when it's clearly not. I know I sound negative on this movie, but I did like it in a lot of spots. I'm going to give this a 6.0. It's good. It is lower than Jurassic World, so just putting that out there. But some people are going to love this movie, and I respect that. Some people are not. This is a movie that I would have loved in high school, and maybe I'm just a little too jaded now. Anyway, 6.0, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. I'm Dan, and we're Watch It or Don't. Be sure to subscribe.